Hey, what's going on, folks? Sean here, and diving into the very last question from the monthly AMA over in my group, which is really just an opportunity for folks to dive into my group once a month and ask me absolutely anything on the strategies and methods that they can take and deploy in their own business to build a six-figure per year brand. So, this question was specifically on offer creation, more specifically on unfuckwithable offer creation, which Brett really liked the sound of. And unfortunately, I can't take credit for. I actually, the very first time I heard of unfuckwithable offer creation was from a lady called Demi Thomas. If you're not following her already, highly recommend you do. Absolute badass in the space. Learned a lot from her. I've also heard Flip and Nate refer to offer creation as unfuckwithable as well. So kind of just falls in line with my own brand, and really just like the connotation of actually building out something that's unique to yourself and an offer that people just can't fuck with, right? So we're definitely going to be diving into how to launch your very first one. Both Brett and Chipo are in the process of building out their own offers at the moment. And Jared also came in and asked me how he can turn what he knows already into a presentable offer, and if I have any tips for capturing payments in an efficient and humanized way, right? Which is in core alignment with the way I like to build up my business anyway. I really like a humanized sale process and just humanized relationships as a whole, right? I kind of feel like a lot of that's being lost in the modern world that we live in. So being a damn human on the other side of a training, or on the other side of a payment portal, or on the other side of a sales call, whatever the case may be, it's really important to humanize it. So before we dive into how to launch your very first offer, for the folks that are already in Group Juice, I highly want to recommend you go ahead and watch the offer creation training that's inside the modules alongside Predictable Profits Framework. The combination of the two is everything that I've used to launch, conceptualize, and build out offers of my own since 2022. If you haven't watched them already, you're going to want to do a deep dive on those. There is, highly implementational information that you can use there to really start to build that out alongside what I'm going to share with you here today, right? For those of you that haven't jumped into Group Juice yet, this is definitely going to give you a good, solid foundational viewpoint of how you can actually start rolling out an offer of your own. So let's dive straight into it. How to launch your first offer. So there's a few things you'll need to have in place for your offer, right? The very first thing is you're going to need something to sell, right? Doesn't matter what niche you're involved in. Doesn't matter whether you sell physical products, digital products, whatever it is, you're going to need something to sell, right? And this could be one or a combination of different products and services. Depending on what it is you do, you could definitely have, different price products. You could have membership subscriptions, things like that. The idea is to really be able to meet people where they're at. Not everyone's level of awareness will be at a place where they can dive straight in and take a high ticket product. So that's what's quite cool, to actually have a different way of meeting clients so that you can really take them through an essentialable plan, right? So I've got a combination of different things. I have my own products, which I've built over the course of 2023, and I still actively promote and market Group Juice. Okay, it is the one product that really took me from struggling in the online world to go on and build a six-figure per year brand. I still roll with those strategies. Absolutely everything inside there is something that I use in my business. So it's an absolute no-brainer to stand behind that in my own business as well. So my low ticket is Juicebox, which is actually Group Juice's 5-day virtual event to optimize and monetize your social media, and is a really good 300-foot overview of what you're going to get when you take the next step and join Group Juice, right? Group Juice is the high ticket, and this is going to be for anybody who wants to learn how to build and monetize small audiences of their own through content creation. Really just builds a low pressure process for yourself, no matter what it is that you sell, right? You can be rolling with things like memberships. So my Hunters Content Bootcamp really gives folks the opportunity to dive headfirst in with me for 10 months and get access to absolutely every single content strategy that I've used in my brand and business to grow to six figures, as well as my support, right? There's a subscription available, which is actually Cash Curriculums with Flip and Nate, and really gives folks the opportunity to dive in at a low barrier to entry and get community support and absolutely every single live strategy and method that they're running with that is successful in their business, right? Really, really great place. It's a school community. There's a huge group of people learning from each other, growing with each other. Absolutely love the vibe over in there as well. You can also be rolling with coaching and consulting services. I have a 6-month one-to-one coaching program bootcamp called Hunter's Den, which is all again just really congruent with everything that I do in my business, right? But you can be running with things like physical goods, digital products, different affiliate offers, tools and software. My one recommendation, like I'll continue to say, is just to make sure that there's congruency in your offers. You don't want to be selling affiliate offers today and then go off, unless they are in congruency with what your niche is, right? Right now I'm in Make Money Online. I do coaching and consulting. It would be like crazy of me to now go and sell fitness products that have nothing to do with my business. So all you want to do is make sure that the different variation of products that you have available are congruent with your brand, right? Number two is you're going to need a way to sell your offers, right? So every single business needs eyeballs on their brand and traffic through the door. Now, traditionally, you would have a storefront, right? And your audience would have deep clarity on what your business is and who it helps before they even walk through the door. So the concept is exactly the same online. The only difference is you, the business and brand owner, are the storefront, right? Your content, which is a combination of your long form written and short form video content, is what gives your audience deep clarity on what your business is and who it's actually going to help, right? So there's multiple platforms you can use to drive traffic to your goods and services. My number one go-to is Facebook. Been really good to me. Love it as a platform. That alongside my Facebook group has been really good at building out an audience and nurturing out a group, to take folks on an ascendable journey with me through the different products and services that I have. But really, you can be building it on any or variation of platforms, right? There's Instagram, there's TikTok, LinkedIn, Threads, Twitter, YouTube, so find what works for you and start to generate traffic into your brand and business, right? Ideally for me, all of the traffic that comes from external platforms point directly into a group where I can further nurture my audience depending on where their level of awareness is, and diagnose if and how I can actually help them with specific offers and services that I have available, right? Next is you need to make your offer unique and unfuckwithable. Now, there's plenty of vanilla offers around, and the idea of a successful launch is to make the offer unique to you, right? So I can tell you that there is dozens of people at this point that promote and market group juice, right? The only difference is what you're actually going to add to it to bring up the perceived value, right? Why should someone purchase the affiliate offer from you rather than another affiliate, right? And that's going to come down to the delivery that you have, the support you have in place, and the different bonuses that you add to that. So, for example, I actually distributed the brand Bosch in Zimbabwe for a couple of years. Top of the range drills. I mean, I still have a lot of their stuff. I won't buy anything apart from Bosch purely because of the guarantees they have in place, the support, etc. Right? So, what made my drill any different to any other standard drill? Now, I think we had, I don't know, probably another 7 drills in the marketplace that were in competition with me, but we still outsold them even though our price point was higher. So we were the most expensive drill, but we outsold, I think the closest to us, I mean, we outsold people by 2. The lowest brand we outsold by 7. So what made it any different, right? It came down to the quality of the product, okay, the features that were available on that product, okay, and the benefits, obviously, the extras that were supplied with it. So there was always like a tool bag thrown in, or drill bits, or something that complemented that product. Okay, the backup and support that we gave. So we actually had a support center where if you had a breakdown, you could come in, we could give you backup, we could give you training, we could show you how to use things. We could show you the difference between a tile bit and a wood drill bit. So there was always that backup and support with our clients. So we actually had that long-term relationship with them, right? And there were always guarantees in place. So I think that some of the guarantees we had were on specific drills. If they broke within a 6-month period, we would actually, reimburse them and actually give you a drill for free. So whatever you can put on your product that ups the perceived value is going to make you stand out in a sea of different people doing the exact same thing, right? Number 4 is you're going to need a way to deliver it. So whether that's going to be on a VSL, okay, so you can create a video sales letter breaking down all the specifics of your offer and the next steps for your leads to take. Normally you'll see a video sales letter in different funnels, etc. I don't have a funnel myself. I think there's a time and a place for them. So if you've got a funnel, you can always build out a VSL, which is very congruent with a Google Doc. Now, that is my delivery of choice because it's a really low pressure way, to move folks through my sales process. And if you're leveraging content on the front end that pre-sells on the entire offer, then the Google Doc does the rest of the work by breaking down in detail what your lead can actually expect, right? And another way you can do that is through sales calls. Now, I've put it on here that it's a little more high pressure. I actually think it's a lot more high pressure to jump on sales calls, but you can go live on what you would have delivered in the VSL or the Google Doc and actually close your leads that way, right? Not my go-to of choice. I don't use sales calls. Didn't do one sales call in 2023. Everything that I do with the delivery is actually on a Google Doc. Now, there's a few things you're going to want to think about when actually crafting your offer. Whether you're actually going to do that in a video style or whether you're going to do it in a written format. You're definitely going to want to think about these list of things here when it comes to actually breaking down your offer to make it unique to yourself and to presenting it in a way that's actually going to solve folks through your process, right? So what is the present pain you're actually solving, right? What is the core outcome and promise of your offer? Why is it new and different? Okay, why are you doing it? What is the backstory of how it actually came to be? How are you going to deliver it, right? Is it going to be in a course? Are you going to have a live event? Are you going to do like Zoom calls, weekly Zoom calls, monthly Zoom calls? Are you going to hold a mastermind? Will it be a workshop? Okay, are you going to meet through WhatsApp? Are you going to meet through, Telegram? Is there different support systems that you're going to have in place, right? You're going to want to deliver on what is the duration? Are you going to be holding this monthly? Will you be doing it weekly? Will you be doing it over a 3 to 5 day period? Will you be doing it over 6 months? Okay, what are the core components of your offer? Okay, is there going to be different sections to it? Is there going to be different trainings? Is there going to be different modules? Okay, what are the bonuses and sweeteners that you're going to add? Okay, for a long time, if someone purchased an affiliate offer from me, I'd actually add in one free call so that we could actually lay the roadmap for what they were going to do over the next 3 months by purchasing that offer, right? Some of the sweeteners that I had in place was that I would offer templates, I would offer cheat sheets, I would offer different trainings that I'd done. I would offer, I think there was even, I put together my whole yearly catalog of content so folks could take them, the temporalized versions of my content, inject their story and deliver the content, right? So what is it that you can add as bonuses and sweetness to that offer, right? What support do you offer? Okay, do you actually offer coaching? Do you offer messenger support? Do you offer WhatsApp support? Do you offer Slack support? Is there any support that you can add onto that offer, which is going to sweeten that deal? What is the price, right? What's the price of your offer? Do you have options available? Do you just charge someone pay in full? Or are you actually opening it up for a payment plan? Is there a refund policy in place? Okay. Do you have any guarantees that can support your product? Do you have limited spots available? Do you have a limit of time? Right? All of these things are going to build out your offer so that you can present it in a way that is effective and efficient, and so that folks know exactly what they're getting before they actually sign on the dotted line, right? Capturing payments in a humanized way. So there's going to be many different payment platforms and solutions available. Now, the use of a Google Doc means you can take folks straight through to your payment, especially if you don't have a funnel or you don't have a MasterCard or something like that set up. So historically for me over the last year, I literally have used a Google Doc as the template, and I've used that as the checkout. I only have PayPal as an option. I actually have PayPal and Wise as an option, but PayPal is what I use because not only can I invoice folks, but they can do a direct pay, and you can actually set up like a monthly automated subscription payment as well, depending on what your offer looks like. So all going to come down to what you have available in your country, and the way that you build out your doc, right? Or the way that you build out your sales letter. On a funnel, you can actually have the checkout there. But if you're actually building the relationships with your leads, then it's as simple as sending out a checkout page on a Google Doc. The humanization comes from the relationship that you built in the first place, right? There's very few occasions now where I have folks just click a link and go ahead and actually go to the checkout, because of the way that I've structured my business. So, if you want to continue to humanize your process, then I go back to the drawing board of leveraging high content in the front so people get to know exactly who you are, what you do, how you can help them. Okay, which then segues into the DMs where you can really start building out that relationship and diagnosing if you can actually help your leads. Okay, and getting deep clarity around who they are and what they need, and what their what their budget is, the time that they have available, if what you have to offer is actually incongruent with their business, so that by the time you get to the checkout, it really is just a matter of a conversation back and forth, three or five messages back and forth, and them saying, please send me the checkout details. So the only way you can really humanize it to that point is to build relationships first. Revenue comes after. You really just want to be building things always about around the relationships. But as far as payment platforms, PayPal's one, Wise is another one that's widely used. Stripe is another very good one. I mean, if I had a payment platform of choice, that's actually what I would probably recommend is Stripe. A lot of folks use that. It's a good way of getting clarity around money coming in, money going out, etc. But like I said, going back to the humanization process, that's all going to come down to building out relationships and having a nothing in return mindset, so that you can build that long-term value with your client and take them through an ascension plan, so that you're taking them through one offer to the next. Yeah, I'm definitely not a sling a link type of lady where you're really just going to get a link from me and that's the way the checkout works. It comes down to a deep conversation first. So I highly recommend you do that. So I hope this helps with a bit of clarity on the foundational steps you've got to take to start building out that offer. I am going to be rolling Inside Hunters Content Bootcamp, a whole breakdown of exactly how I conceptualized an offer, from the offer doc to the content to the conversations. And I'm actually thinking about bringing that live to a few folks once we've actually rolled with it in the Content Bootcamp. So if that's going to be of interest of you, definitely drop me a #1 down in the comments and I'll send you the details if I decide to go live with it. I mean, apart from that, any questions, drop them down in the comments. I'm also happy to segue into the DMs and have a conversation about the offers you're running and if there's any other feedback that I can give you. But I hope this helps, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.